Now we're going to talk about the A series, or what I think of as the acceleration series. So this is to really emphasize and reinforce pistoning mechanics, which are beneficial in the acceleration phase of sprinting. A common mistake people make is they get into their start and this foot is going to take a long path around and they're going to overstride and land on that heel. So this is bad for two reasons. The first is if I'm taking this long path around, a longer path means a slower path, which means we're going to be wasting more time when time is very precious and valuable. The second thing is that if I'm going to overstride here and land heel first, or even if I'm not heel first, but I land flat-footed in front of my body, if I push from this position, a lot of my forces are going to be going backwards. So I'm actually going to be slamming on the brakes rather than pushing on the gas during my accel phase. And what's going to happen is instead of driving out nice and smooth, I'm going to end up getting out here and standing up really, really quickly. And another thing that'll happen is if that foot gets out in front, I'm going to have to pull myself over my foot with my hamstrings before I can push. So with the A series, what I want to do is I usually start with a stationary variation. So a lot of athletes have troubles coordinating their arms with their legs. So I just take the arms out of the equation immediately. We're going to go hands on hips. And what I want is we're going to come up here to the top. We've got a nice thigh block here. So the thigh is parallel to the ground. The toes are up and this knee is closed. What you'll see a lot of is that athletes will open this knee up and start to kind of do a long straight leg swipe. What I would prefer is that we keep that knee at a little more of an aggressive angle and we put that foot right back where it came from. So this first drill is called the stationary A march. So we're going to go here, hands on hips. We'll come up and freeze, pop the ground and up, pop the ground and up, pop the ground and up. For beginners, again, we've got hands on hips and we're going to keep the cadence a little more slow. This is going to help build those hip flexors up and help build that rhythm and coordination for when we speed it up in the future. As they become more skilled, we can now take those hands off the hips and we can start to swing, swing, swing. And as they become even more advanced, now we've got less of a pause, and then we can start to move things forward to a more dynamic A march. Now, you don't have to stay stationary with hands on and hips the whole time. You can also go dynamic with hands on hips and go here. You're going to begin to challenge posture with different arm positions, whether it's out front here to challenge, again, your posture, your back muscles. You can go all the way upright with those shoulders all the way up, hands reaching for the sky. There's really a lot of ways you can use to make the most out of this drill. But at the end of the day, our goal is to reinforce these acceleration positions where this foot is stabbing back and underneath. And now we're in a position that we can push the ground away, create that horizontal displacement, and get a better start.